It's 3 p.m. and it's time for dinner with Nanny, Bubby. I am here, as I always am, and we're going to talk about dinner tonight. We're going to talk about recovering from the Thanksgiving weekend. I myself am drinking kombucha because my stomach has still not recovered from everything that we ate all weekend long. But what we're starting to do right now is to wean off of all those heavy foods and to come back to really good, clean, healthy eating. So tonight, believe it or not, I'm making ground turkey. Hi, Tom, how are you? I'm making a ground turkey tacos, actually, and I'm making them with Ecoma tortillas. Can you see that? Now, normally I do lettuce wraps. Hey, Heather. Heather's watching too from Cancun, Mexico. So this is right up your alley, Heather. We are making lettuce wraps and we're using Ecoma tortillas in order to wrap them with, staying away from the high carbs and staying away from some of the other things that are there. Hey there to Nancy and to Donna. Hey, Donna. And 3 other people are watching. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to turn this on. This is the burner that my sister gave me, which is awesome. And I'm going to show you how I do this. Let me get the camera all situated here. So one of the things, hey Debbie Hal from Cancun, Jeff Metz, hi, I'm so happy you're joining us back again. I hope that all of you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I was there with you yesterday, and I really have to tell you, so many of you kept saying, hi Marla, and I didn't see it. I didn't see it for 2 reasons. Number one, Facebook yesterday had a big delay in 25 different comments that were made when I was live, and I didn't see that. But the other thing I realized happened is that I turned the camera around, so when I went away from me like this, I turned the camera in that direction while I was showing you the Nanny Bubby's garden. I couldn't see everything that you guys were writing and popping up, so I missed quite a few of you, for which I apologize, because I know you all love to say hello and to interact, which I love as well. So there's that. So I am making a ground turkey taco lettuce wrap, but instead of using lettuce, I'm going to use Ecoma. And I'm actually making Ecoma Fries as well. So while this heats up, we're going to start out by first sweating. I love saying that, sweating the onions. I don't know why that makes me giggle. I don't know if it makes you giggle too, but I love to sweat the onions. So we're gonna, and really what that means is we're not gonna brown them. We're just going to saute them a little bit until they get translucent and start sweating all their juices out. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna chop up this garlic. My husband hates to see me chopping because he's always worried about my fingers. He goes, why do you do that? But you know, we've all got to chop. We've all got to do our thing. So type a 1 in the comments, those of you that are watching, if you felt that you ate too much on Thanksgiving. Let me know who is feeling that way. Love to hear that. Because what we're doing this week is we're all cleaning up. And you know, it's really kind of a funny thing, but I love the Thanksgiving foods. I love eating them, and I love leftovers. But by the time I get to the 3rd day of all of that, my stomach is not what it was when I started the holiday, and it gets kind of stressful. And it's funny because you want to start weaning off some of those heavy foods that you eat once or twice a year, but it actually takes a few days to be able to do that. So we work at eating clean, but we're not craving clean after all of that. It's hard just to cold turkey go from, you know, holiday feasting to what I call the clean fasting, which is not really fasting. I believe there's a time to feast and a time to fast. And so, but you have to wean back to healthy. So that's what we've been doing the last couple of days. I made a great turkey soup. I want to show you the richness of this soup. Take a look at this. Do you see how rich and dark that is? And I will tell you, this is my mother-in-law's trick, is that she adds the leftover gravy from Thanksgiving into her soup. And let me tell you, we ate it last night and it was absolutely delicious. So I had, here we go, this is starting to sweat now. I used the red onions because I really like the flavor and the taste when you put red onions with any kind of meat. I really like that best. We'll keep going. And I've got packages of ground turkey here, which is kind of funny since we just all had our fill of turkey and leftovers. But I actually don't like making these tacos with beef. I just don't think it tastes as good, believe it or not. So I always use the ground turkey. There's less fat. But you know, fat is not a bad thing. I am big on fat. Have you guys ever noticed that? Here's the thing. When you're eating anything that's been processed where they say non-fat, what has happened is they have taken the fat out, and then in order to add flavor to it, they add sugar. So if I have my choice between fat, healthy fat, like an avocado or even grass-fed butter, I will take a healthy fat, ghee, anything over the poison of sugar any day of the week. I really, really believe that and mean that, and I hope you feel the same way. And we are going to put an avocado on this in the end. So let's keep these sweating. Now, yesterday when Nanny Bubby was showing you her garden, I picked some green peppers. So let me show you this right here. Okay, so here is a green pepper. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or is that gorgeous? Came right out of Nanny Bubby's garden. I absolutely love that. Nobody's typing a 1. Did anybody eat too much for Thanksgiving? If so, type a 1. Where are all my interactive persons? Did y'all just come on and just to let me know you're here and then go away? I hope not. I hope not. So, did you see the way I cut that? Just went right down the veins. There we go. And in case you missed it, I'm going to do it again. Did you know that there is such a thing as a male and a female pepper? So let me show you. The male pepper has, oh, Jeff Metz put a 0. He didn't eat too much. I guess that's good, Jeff. All right. Who are you that you didn't eat too much on Thanksgiving? That's amazing. Heather put a 1 or a 0. She put a 0 too. She didn't get any Thanksgiving. That was terrible. Great Thanksgiving with family. There you guys go. Sue Rainish. Let me tell you, I got to talk to Sue because Sue just joined. I just want to tell Sue, I missed all your messages yesterday because Facebook was late and delayed in updating it, but the biggest reason that I missed them is when I turned the camera around to show you the garden out there. Those of you that were texting through and in the chat, I couldn't see it because the camera itself was turned around. So I missed all of that. So there was the delay and there was the other thing. So Sue, I'm so happy that you're here. Yes, I am answering your messages and I do see you, and hit me with a 1 if you just heard all that. There you go. Okay, so did you know that there are 3 of these bulbs in the male, maybe this is the female, I can't remember, this may be the female peppers, and the male or the female, I have to look up which is which because I suddenly forgot. And when you see the one with the 4 little bumps, that is the opposite gender. And they say that the males are sweeter than the females, not sure. But watch how I cut this, okay? Right down the veins, 1, 2, 3. Right down those veins and then right at the bottom. There we go. As easy as that. We've already washed these. So I'm just going to get the seeds out of the bottom of these green ones that stuck to it. There we go. And I love that I am making these bell peppers straight out of Nanny Bubby's garden. So I'm just going to chop these up in little dices. And, oh, this is turned up way too high, so it's starting to brown. Let me get that. Now, a really quick way to stop it from overcooking too fast is just to add a little extra olive oil to it. It just kind of keeps it from burning and browning, okay? So let me just chop up these peppers, and we're going to put this in really fast, okay? Here we go. You're really going to love this dish when I show you what I do. So, just chopping that up like this. So, you know, yesterday, one of our watchers texted and said, I like cooking, I'm just terrible at it. But what I want you to know is that if you are watching me cook, you're watching it because you have interest in cooking. Because I can promise you, if I were doing needle pointing, you wouldn't watch. You're not just watching me, you're watching the topic. And I'm here to bring you this topic because those of you that say you're terrible at it, and those of you that say that you can't do it, you're telling yourself a story that really isn't true. Because cooking is instinctual. It's intuitive. And if you really think about it, how did all these recipes get started from our ancestors with the fermenting and all of the different things that took place? Nobody had to teach. Sure, it was passed down from generation to generation, but the overall arching part of cooking is that it becomes instinctual. And how are new recipes created? Through intuition. Well, I think I'll just try a little of this, or I'll try a little of that. So no matter who you are, I have a friend in New York City who has a young child, and she is young, and she's never really learned to cook, and she just gets so frustrated. She wanted to cook with us for the Thanksgiving cooking class, and when I sent her the grocery list, it was so overwhelming to her, she couldn't even go to the grocery store, so she dropped out of the class. And so a lot of that has to do with mindset. When you tell yourself a story, like, I can't cook because I'm terrible at it, or I don't know how to cook, that may be a truth, but it's not a full truth, meaning at some point you can learn to cook. So this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you a love of cooking. You know, you might remember that my story is that I tried to cook every night for my family when they were growing up. And every night, says they, that I cooked the same thing over and over, which was terrible. I never owned a cookbook, so I kept trying to invent ways to make things. I just never had a resource like the Food Network or online classes to take or somebody that could teach me to do better. And it was hard, and it used to really stress me out every single night. And it really showed up in my cooking because everybody hated it. And my kids will tell you that they cried every night when they had to sit down for dinner. And they used to make fun of me so badly that one night when they were in their teenage years, it upset me so bad that I actually left the dinner table and walked out and ran away from home for 3 days. Stayed at the Bellagio. It was a great place to run away to. And I promised to not come home until everybody agreed they would be nicer to me when I cooked. And that lasted about a month, and then it started all over again. So when I first started cooking, the fact that they were in shock all these years later that I started cooking, they were scared. They were like, oh my God, what is she doing? But I put my mind to it, and I saw the beauty in it, and I saw what nature was providing for all of us, and there is beauty in it. Look at these colors. I mean, talk about eating the rainbow. How do you like that? Talk about eating the rainbow. This will make your stomach feel amazing, really will. And I limited the garlic just to be sure. Now I'm going to add the meat, but I'm also going to add, well, I'm actually adding the tomatoes to the cauliflower, but I am adding salsa right into this pot once I get the meat in. So let's go for the ground turkey, which seems redundant for what we've been doing. So I will tell you that we are going to have a cooking summit, a 5-day cooking summit, which we're basically doing already. But you have to join, you have to email, and you have to join the summit. And we are going to be talking about some of the highs and lows of cooking, some of the anxiety of cooking, and some of what it is we need to do in order to get our mindset ready to cook and to ready our stomachs and our families for a really great meal. And then at the end of the summit, you're going to be able to sign up for a 5-week cooking course with Nanny Bubby. So it's going to be twice a week, Sundays and Tuesdays. It's going to start on Tuesday, January 12th. We're doing Sundays and Tuesdays so that Sunday you can shop and get ready for the week. You can make a Sunday night dinner and talk about a Monday night dinner with me. You can talk about Tuesday night dinner and cook for getting ready for Wednesday night. And then on Thursday night, it's so easy because it's always breakfast for dinner. And what you do is throw in your leftovers with the eggs, and if the kids want pancakes, so what? Let them have pancakes. If they want omelets, so what? Let them have omelets. If they want eggs and bagels, let them eat breakfast for dinner. And that does two things. Number one, if you're having breakfast for dinner, what it says is that Thursday afternoon when the kids are coming home, they're like so excited because it signals to them the end of the week. And they're like, oh yeah, we're having breakfast for dinner. Tomorrow is Friday. It's coming to an end. And kids get stressed just like we do, right? School, tests, I mean, they used to. Moms are getting stressed now and dads because the kids are home. But still, it signals to you, it gives you a break. Hey, Randy Marvin, thanks for being here. It gives you a break, it gives them a break, gives everybody a break, and you can use up all the leftovers in your fridge in something for breakfast for dinner. So, so I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll join me for the Cooking Summit. You have to email in order to be accepted to the private Facebook group. And the cooking course begins on January 12th. It'll go 5 weeks. There's 2 bonuses. Let me tell you what these bonuses are. I think you're going to love them. Number 1, I'm going to do a seed starting class so that you can think about growing your own food in your own oven. Not oven, in your own garden. And you don't have to have a garden like Nanny Bubby's. You can grow in pots, which is how I started. You can grow on a balcony. You can grow in a very small backyard in your pots. You can even grow in your house. And so we're going to do seed starting. I'm hoping to get the owner of Desert Bloom Farms to talk to us about what that is and how to do it, what she does. Maybe I can even go out there. If she's got Wi-Fi out there, maybe we can do it out at the farm together, which would be so great for you to see that and do seed starting out there. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this, so hang in there. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of salt in here, maybe 2.5. There we go. And a teaspoon and a half of pepper to give it some heat, which is great. And we could put in a little bit of red chili pepper as well. Just depends how much heat you want. But I am wanting to, I'm drinking kombucha right now to get my stomach to settle down from everything that I feasted through all weekend long. So I'm not wanting to put too much heat or too much garlic into tonight's dinner. And that tastes so good. Okay. So it's 5 weeks, 2 bonuses. Here is the second bonus. You ready for this? We can only get 25 into the course. So if you want to think about signing up for the course, it's $397 for the 5 weeks. And one of the bonuses is that I'm going to give you, enjoy your evening too, Tom. Thank you for joining me. I am going to do a 1-hour one-on-one with everyone who signs up for the course. So tell your friends, especially tell those you love that are young and raising a family who are really struggling with cooking, because everybody should have a Nanny Bubby. And I want to be my children and grandchildren's Nanny Bubby, but I also want to be there for all of you who need this, who want to nourish, not feed your family. For those of you who want to love the food that you put on the table. For those of you who want to find a better way. And yes, it's not easy and it's not fast, but there can be a great ease with what you're doing. So that's what I want to teach you. So do me a favor, DM me if you'd like to join the summit. The summit is just for us to get together and talk about, hey Joanne, how are you? To talk about why cooking is important and some of the aspects of what I'm going to be teaching. So just join into the summit. just join in. There's no obligation except you have to send me your email address so I can let you into the private Facebook group. Private Facebook group is going to be, let's vote on this. How about this? How about, I was thinking today, how about if we call that private Facebook group for the summit, I like the idea of calling it Spread Love Like Butter. I love that. What do you think? Tell me. Hit me with a 1 if you like that. Let me see how many ones I can get to see if you love that. Spread love like butter. I think that's good. So this is taking its sweet time and getting done and getting brown. So I think what I'm going to do is take this and put it over on the stove and put a little fire under it. Oh, Jennifer Mallinger. Hey, how are you? Thank you for being here. I know, right? Wow, Jennifer Mallinger, she's my eye doctor. I love her. She's so fun, always with a smile on her face. Her eyes are always sparkling, right? And everybody should have an eye doctor whose eyes are always sparkling, and hers are. And her smile sparkles too, but she's not my dentist, only my eye doctor. Hey, Paula Gendusa, how are you? So I'm just talking about a summit that I'm going to have. The summit is going to be between Christmas and New Year's, going into that first week of January. And then we're going to do a cooking course, which will start on January 12th. So if you want to be a part of the summit, which is a no obligation, it's just learning about what we're going to be doing and part of the emotion of cooking. There is emotion in cooking. And if you're just cooking without the love and the emotion, and if you're cooking with the anxiety of, oh my God, I can't do this and I'm terrible at it, this is what you're setting yourself up for failure. So we're going to talk about all of that in the summit. So DM me, because pretty soon I'm going to have a page up. I just haven't got to it because we're moving into the house that we already live in, because we had to move everything out to paint it and then move everything back in. It's just been a nightmare. Honestly, I almost missed going to the grocery store for this today, and I missed and blew off a mastermind business class today. But the one thing I cannot blow off is all of you. So no matter what happens, I am here for all of you at 3 o'clock, no matter what. So I know that you guys can all depend on me, and I want you to know that. So here I am. So DM me and tell me you'd like to join the summit. Give me your email address so I can let you into the Spread Love Like Butter secret Facebook group, and that's where we're going to be having the summit. Okay? So now what I'm going to do, it's not quite browned yet. This has taken a long time, but that's okay. Food shouldn't be fast. I'm going to put, here we go. Paula, I love that you watched. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. So I am going to add salsa. This is a mild salsa. I just thought that would be so great. And that also gives it a little bit of wetness, because turkey, and this turkey is not white meat turkey, because that gets really dry. But look at that. It adds a little bit of moisture so it can steam and start to cook all the way through. So I'm going to put a little bit more salsa in there. There we go. Save a little for the table. And now, here we go. So my husband moved his office home today. That was part of the reason that we had to pack and unpack and paint our walls. Okay, let me, and recarpet our house. Okay, hold on. Whoop. Okay. That's beeping because there's nothing on it. Okay, here we go. So now, let me tell you what I'm going to make with this. I am going to make the sauteed rice cauliflower. This is my favorite go-to vegetable. I love the rice cauliflower. I get it at Whole Foods. It's organic. Let me show you this. You see this? So I can serve this on the side. I can serve it inside the tortilla. So we're going to use, for those of you who are joining us a little bit late, instead of doing lettuce wraps or real tortillas, we're going to use Ecoma tortillas, which is amazing. They're so good and they're easy to roll. So let me open this. Let me turn up the fire on this, okay? And into the pot we go. There we go. Now what I'm also going to saute in there are some tomatoes along with this. So let me show you how I do that. So, you know, Nanny Bubby really does believe in clean eating. And I am a very humane protein eater. I will only eat those meats that are organic and raised in a healthy manner. I won't go and eat, I'll do without if, in fact, anything is a non-organic meat. I then will just eat vegetarian if I'm out or I can't find something. But I want to know that the food that I am eating is as clean as it can be. That the meat that I'm eating has been raised and slaughtered humanely, and I call myself a humane omnivore. Omnivore or carnivore? And a humane carnivore, actually, is who I am. And we eat very little processed food in the house. We eat mostly vegetables and fruits, and occasionally, for feast, we'll have pasta, or we'll have a pesto French bread with tomatoes and cheese on it, because there is a time to feast and a time to fast. So, oh, I bet all of you are going to ask about these tomatoes and the tomato slicer. So did you see how easy that was? I just loaded, let me show you this one more time. So we've achieved 2 or 3 things today. We're going to call the secret Facebook group Spread Love Like Butter. And those of you who would like to get into the summit, email me your email address and I will let you into that secret Facebook group. And we're going to talk about how you can overcome your dinner dreads, how you can love what you eat and love what you serve. So do you see that? I loaded this up. This has a blade in it. Do you see that? There you go. I'm going to take this and boom. I love saying that. Okay. Now we're going to season this with salt. Now you probably think I'm cooking for an army. And so my husband does eat for an army himself. So I always make a little more for him because he loves to eat Nanny Bubby's food, which makes me very happy. A little bit of pepper. Now here is the key ingredient that I love putting in this. I'm going to put in this some sweet smoked paprika. I get this from Williams-Sonoma. And what it does is it turns this the color of Spanish rice. And I love that. Oh, you should smell what that smells like. It's so good. So this is going to cook down. Get very, very soft. We're going to serve this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start sneezing because I just inhaled that. I hope I don't start sneezing, because when I start sneezing, I don't stop. It's terrible. Okay, let me run over here. And, well, let me just turn you around. How about that? Let's see if I can just turn you around. There we go. All right, am I back? All right, so I'm at the side of my kitchen. Whoops. Now I'm going to show you a trick. These are Ecoma Fries. They've been cut and sliced. Whole Foods has been out of Ecoma Fries for months. You see these? These are cut in Ecoma Fries. Okay, hold on. I am going to get some spray olive oil, or actually I probably would have preferred avocado oil. I'm going to spray them with that. I'm going to salt them. There we go. Now you probably think to yourself, that's a lot of Ecoma, with the Ecoma roll-ups and now the Ecoma fries. But you know, these fries, honestly, you don't know they're Ecoma by the time they're done. So here we go. A little bit of pepper, just a little bit. And now this is how you fool those that are watching or those that are eating them. Hold on, let me grab it. Here is some smoked paprika. Now what this does is it turns the fries, the Ecoma, kind of a golden color. Makes it look like real Yukon Gold fries. I need to stop at Williams-Sonoma and get more of this. This is almost gone, if you can see that. Can't run out of my very favorite seasoning. That is my favorite seasoning. So for those of you who are just watching, I was given a challenge yesterday. And the challenge was to make artichokes, because a lot of people love artichokes, but they don't know how to make them. So I answered the challenge, and I reached out to my favorite produce grocer, Melissa Foods, and they are FedExing me artichokes and eggplant for eggplant parmesan, because I was challenged to make that, which is my signature dish. I cannot wait to show you how I do that. And so I'm going to be doing that, but my challenge to all of you is this, and please answer me, those of you that are here. Tell me your top 5 to 7 spices that you can't do without in your spice cabinet. Tell me what that is. Okay, take a look at this. You see how golden that is? So we're going to put this on a 400-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes till they start browning, and you will not believe how crunchy and delicious they are, and they go great with the tacos. So, okay, now I got to wash my hands, so I'll let you keep an eye on that. And now you can see that the cauliflower is starting to brown. And I'll be right back. Hold on there. Let me stir really quick. The turkey is starting to get done. Let me turn that off. And look at this. You know, at first I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to do this and be my own cameraman and cook at the same time. But I'm able to do it, and I love it. I actually love it. So, okay. There we go. Put the rest of the oil. Now, can you see how this is starting to get brown? It looks like Spanish rice. So you can put this inside the Ecoma, shell, or you can put this as a side along with your Ecoma fries. Oh, I love this. Look how beautiful. Can you believe it? Oh. You all, I'm learning some spices that I do not use. So Deborah says tagine, and I do not know what that is. So Deborah, where do you get that? And what type of a spice is that? Is that Indian spice? Is it Middle Eastern? Just not sure what it is. But anyway, look at the Ecoma tortillas. Can you see that? So we're just gonna take that like this. Put a little bit of what would be the turkey with a little bit of the rice. So clean, so delicious. We turn that off. I don't want things to get overdone by the time my family actually comes in. You can roll it up. Do you see how great that rolls? It's so perfect. And I'm going to take a bite. Do I eat while I'm on camera? If you want to see me. Oh, hey, Jordan. Jordan's up in Idaho. So nice of you to join me. Jordan, what are your top 5 to 7 spices? Oh, Mexican chili is the tagine. Oh, I love that. You know what, Debbie, hold on. I have this. This is amazing, right? This is it. Give me a 1, Debbie, or give me a big smiley face. I love this. And I'll tell you what, this pineapple is delicious. Yep. It's so good. I love the tagine. Okay, I was just about to take a bite. I'm going to do that. Let me tell you, there's so much crunch in the Ecoma tortilla. It's delicious. I suppose you could even, you know, put them in a hot plate, but then you'd soften them too much, and the real joy of this is the crunch. And you can taste the layering of the smoked paprika and the salt, and the pepper was really, really, I put exactly the right amount of pepper in there. Maybe even too much pepper, I think, or I just didn't mix it well enough, right? Something like that. But anyway, let me see. I'm going to take one more bite. So good. And that's it. That's tonight's dinner. Can you believe it? All done, all ready to go. And because of you, I always have dinner ready early, and I don't have any more dinner dreads because you have helped me start earlier and think through what I need to do, because sometimes I get behind the 8 ball too. I mean, we're all human, right? We get ourselves into a situation and then we can't get out, and by the time we know it, it's 4 or 5 in the afternoon and there's no dinner. So we're going to talk about the No More Dinner Dreads in this summit at the end of the year. I'll give you the exact dates of this summit, but for sure, if you'd like to join the summit and be part of the secret Spread Love Like Butter Facebook group, where we're going to talk about all this. It's a 5-day summit, and at the end, if you want, you can sign up for the 5-week cooking course. It's going to be $397 for 5 weeks, 2 amazing bonuses, and I'll probably throw in a 3rd and 4th. I haven't thought through all the way, but I will do a seed starting class as part of the bonus, and I am going to do a one-on-one for an hour with anybody who wants to have it. So we can only take 25 people, but at least join the summit, okay? Tell your friends, and if there's anybody you know who's young and has a family and is really struggling with cooking, we're going to cook together every Sunday for Sunday and Monday, and every Tuesday for Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday is always breakfast for dinner. So that's it today. We've got turkey roll-ups with our Ecoma tortillas. We've got cauliflower rice, riced cauliflower with tomatoes and sweet smoked paprika. And we have our Ecoma Fries that no one will ever know are Ecoma. They have a crunch, they'll be brown, they'll look just like Yukon Golds. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed having you here. And remember, let's all say it, let's spread love like butter. Thanks for being here. Love you all. See you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.